Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Down goes the MyPillow guy. Down goes MyPillow guy. All right, so it appears that Twitter has permanently suspended Mike Lindell, the CEO of MyPillow. So he's gone. Now, that of course proves once again that the free market works. I know. So now Lindell has been banned for breaking TOS by spreading election misinformation, which includes false claims of voter fraud, false claims of election rigging, all that stuff that's, again, has not been proven with any sort of shred of evidence. So now Twitter banned him using something called the civil integrity policy. So that's something that's just came out recently, earlier this month, in fact, and it states that users may not use its service for the purpose of manipulating or interfering in the elections or other civic processes. So that's Twitter saying, if you're going to lie about the election, then we're going to ban you. So now Twitter is a private company. It is allowed to do such things. So it is allowed to set its own terms of service, to which Mike Lindell, as well as the former president of the United States, and many other accounts, Lynn Wood, for example, have all broken. They've all broken that. They've all broken the TOS, and so they've been dumped from social media, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And now they're setting up on what, like Gab and Telegram, and basically all the sites filled with neo-Nazis. So there's all that. Now it said that posting content that could repress participation or deceive people on the civic process would also be considered a violation. So again, if you're saying the election is rigged, that Hugo Chavez is stealing your votes, you got to do something, that would be a violation of the TOS. Okay, because it would repress participation and also would deceive people into taking actions they might not normally take if they're actually receiving like actual information. Like, I don't know, one of the things that could come from it is invading the Capitol building in order to disrupt an election certification, which was completely legit. I mean, I get it. There was real harm done here. Okay, 5 people died, including a police officer. So it's not like, you know, oh, tee-hee, I'm just talking out my butt because I don't like Biden and I like Donald Trump, whatever. No, this is stochastic terrorism. That's what it is. Oh, the Democrats are rigging the elections. They're going to come for your vote. They're stealing your votes, blah, blah, blah. They're the bad people. We should do something about it. I'm calling all patriots. Turns out that's a bannable offense. It is what it is. And look, I get why they're doing it, and they're well within their rights to do it as a private corporation. And another thing that private corporations are able to do is to sue people for defamation. And that's another thing that's happening. In fact, I talked about how Rudy Giuliani, I'm going to talk about it later, has been sued by Dominion Voting Systems for spreading election lies. So now Dominion has been threatening to sue everybody. Like they're in a litigation happy mood right now. And so they're going after Lindell. They're going after Giuliani. They're going after Sidney Powell. They're going after all these people with looking for $1.3 billion in damages. That's billion with a B. Damn. That's a lot. But unfortunately for them, I got to tell you that this is the free market at work. And the reason that I keep having to tell people that it's not a freedom of speech issue technically, it is a free market issue because these companies are private, etc., is twofold. Again, we've got to understand why we're here in this moment and why these things are happening. And also why these companies maybe shouldn't have this much power. I mean, look, I love seeing this, to be honest with you. I think it's cathartic to see grifters getting booted off private platforms. I mean, I like to see the ban hammer. It's fun. It's fun to see someone swinging it. To see Twitter swinging it with such gusto against disgusting people. But at the same time, I do get worried that these companies are gatekeepers. They're a little large, which is why we have antitrust laws. And the effect of this could end up chilling speech. political speech. So again, I want to be clear, not a First Amendment issue. You do not have free speech on these platforms. At the same time, though, these tech companies are too big. I think they do need to be reined in. I think they do need to be broken up. I think we need to have some antitrust actions on Facebook and Twitter. So there's that, okay? And look, I also think that, and maybe you might disagree with this idea, but I would say like an open source, open government platform to get introduced alongside with these private platforms where you are guaranteed free speech. Now that doesn't necessarily mean threats or anything like that, but like if you want to say things that might not be kosher for TOS on Twitter or these private platforms, then you'll be able to say it without getting shut down by the government. And so that's something to think about. Okay, because I understand, like, I've been demonetized by YouTube and Facebook. I get demonetized every day by Facebook. I know, right? I've also had friends get videos pulled down. The recent dust up with the Surfs, for example, the Surfs had their entire channel nuked and then brought back over like a misunderstanding. And then they had a video that was completely pulled down. They got a strike on it, a community strike, just for doing like a documentary on the things that right-wingers have said that led up to the January 6th Capitol insurrection. And he's just covering it for journalistic purposes and was not an endorsement of it. That was still pulled down. So that's a problem, okay, that we do have on these platforms. It is concerning how, yes, in their efforts, and I think they are good faith efforts to combat misinformation and to make the platform a little bit safer online. And to not propagate these, conspiracy theories. I think that sometimes they can also be a little bit too heavy-handed, especially to independent journalists who talk about this stuff. So it is important to have some nuance here, and especially for people who are addressing these narratives and actually pushing back against them, and pushing back against misinformation. So again, it's a nuanced discussion. And I think it's something that really needs to be had. As far as Lindell goes, I'm pretty sure I covered why he got nuked, as well as pushing back in the power these companies have. And again, it's a conversation we need to have on the left, but it needs to be done in a nuanced way. We need to stop the bad actors and have the tools to have the bad actors, but also not go after the people who disseminate true information. And call out the bad actors. And so there's all of that. And to be able to allow people to do it outside of mainstream sources. That's really all I'm arguing for. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.